Hey everyone, it's Marjy here. Sunday evening, we have a special program coming to your screens. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for coming. If you are on Facebook, please share this with your friends. We're kind of waiting to pick up a little bit. Tell your friends that we're here. We have two amazing women that we're going to be talking to. They have a show going on in Spartanburg, South Carolina. They are in Georgia. Tell your friends that we're here. Tell your network. They've created some art pieces that are going to be inspiring. I haven't seen the pieces myself. I have seen their media kit. And I am actually planning on going to the day school. I'm going to call the media contact and make an appointment. And if it's possible, go in with my mask to go and see their pieces. If you're able to do that, I guess we'll talk to them. So we'll find out how we're going to do this. But please share this. Tell your friends that we're here. This is Marjy TV. Thanks for joining us. And we're going to be bringing them in soon. So let's get started with our intro music. Welcome. We'll see you soon. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us. Hi Liz.
Hi
Penny. It's good to see you ladies.
It's great to see you, Marjy. You are radiant.
Thank you. So I am talking to you in Atlanta today, right?
Yes.
Well, greetings from South Carolina. Now, Liz and Penny, it is such an honor to have you on Marjy TV today to talk about your work. But before we get into the work and all the good stuff, do you mind introducing yourselves to us, telling us a little bit about your background, what you do, and why are you doing this?
Oh, sure. Would you like to start? Thank you. Hi, my name is Penny Treese, and I'm a fine artist here in Atlanta. A little bit about my background. I've been calling myself and feeling as if I was an artist since I've been 5 years old. And I was very supported by my family and went to art school, also got a graphic design degree in Illinois. And then I moved to Atlanta after college, and I worked in the field of advertising for several years. And then after some hardships in my life, I found an art healing class, an intuitive painting class, and it changed the way that I saw the world, and was not in advertising anymore because it was 9/11 and everyone had kind of been fired, and I was in a place where I had become a single mom. So I felt like, well, if I'm going to be broke, I'm going to do what I love. And this art healing class helped heal my soul, helped me start painting in a more intuitive, from the soul manner. That is where I met Liz. And I want her to tell you about her background, but we painted together in this intuitive painting class for over 2.5 years, every single week. And we became so soul connected. And then I'll let her tell you about herself and then the rest of our journey.
So, Penny's, the beginning of our story was definitely so humble. It was just this small group of women in this class. It may have been 4 or 5 of us, and we painted all together in a circle, sort of the sacred circle of painting your guts out with this amazing intuitive art leader. And it was a way to, and it sort of speaks to the work that we make now, because it was a way to really bypass all the stories that we tell ourselves, that we're not good enough, and we don't know how to paint, and we can't, all the ways that we limit ourselves. And that was a way for us to literally paint our feelings and paint our guts out. And in expressing those, we were able to move on, right? And they find voice on the paper, and you sometimes it's really messy, and sometimes you rip it up and sometimes you burn it, but it processes through, right? And then you can move on. But so we kind of carried that through to our work now, which we'd love to share with you. But just a little snippet on me. I was always a photographer from like knee high. I would carry those Polaroid instant land cameras around, and I would take the family portrait from about knee height. So that was really flattering for everybody, but I had fun. And I was a psychology major, went into journalism, have gone into filmmaking and broadcast. I'm a producer director. I'm also a writer, Marjy, I share that with you. And I love it all of those ways of expressing, but I've always come back to my camera, and that is how I understand the world. And that's how I really connect on a level without words to the world and to my creative spirit. And so Penny and I decided to combine our languages, photography and art, and to play. And it birthed this body of work, and it birthed this, I don't know, Marjy, we're talking a lot, but it was really cool to bring you to that point.
Well, I love to see women collaborating. So thank you. And, you know, from what you're saying, you're giving others a voice, whether they're young or old. And so I cannot wait to see your work. And, you know, I can't wait to get a photo shoot. I mean,
Yes, yeah. Let's do it.
Now, would I have to come to Atlanta for my photo?
No, we're coming back in October to take the show down. So whatever's in touch.
Okay, I'll be looking through my wardrobe and getting my lipstick ready for that.
Yes.
Yeah. And guys, if you're interested in a photo shoot, you know, you could probably book them too, and they could do that when they come back. Yeah, in a nice physically distanced way, right?
Right.
Well, I was intrigued when Sam Mitchell told me about your exhibit, Unknowing, and the kind of work that you ladies have been doing. Now, would you want to tell me a little bit more about Unknowing?
Oh, we'd love to. Would you like to start?
I would love for you to.
So, Unknowing is this exhibit, Marjy, that really celebrates. It was sort of growing before this whole pandemic came about, but it's, you know, as a creative, you write what you know, right? And you express what you know, and you express what you live in whatever your art form is. And we were creating this series that was really celebrating letting go of a lot of roles that no longer fit us. So we share a lot of the same life journeys, but many of them are different. However, a lot of the roles that we took on in our younger years were things that we thought should do, or that were appropriate for women in the South to be, or, you know, the idea that women's voices are not as important as other voices. You know, some of those things are just, you absorb them, whether or not you agree with them or disagree with them, we absorb a lot, right? And so Penny and I were celebrating, like, reaching this point in our lives where we were liberating ourselves from a lot of things that did not fit us anymore, like stories that we told ourselves or roles that were limiting to us. And so we began to create this body of work that was all about freedom and liberty and expression, and not having to live up to a plan or to anyone's expectation, but to be true to our inner wisdom, our inner knowing, the moment. And what would that look like? Well, we didn't know, but we got together and we played and we experimented and we explored, and it was liberating. And we began to realize that it was really important for us in the work that we created to infuse it with the energies that we celebrate, which are wholeness and harmony and free expression, things that we want everyone to experience and to honor in themselves, right? I mean, how amazing the world might be if we were all able to tap into our own true north, right? And share that with love and graciousness, but to be true to ourselves rather than living lives that are not our own, right? And so anyway, as you can see, I can talk, Marjy,
so I want
about
her to
it.
start.
But
She's so good at it.
Unknowing was all about letting go of, and it continues to grow. Like the full series is coming next year to the day school, but this was a capsule collection because we knew we couldn't invite people in groups to come see it. But it's all about letting go of what people might prescribe for you and embracing the wisdom that's within. And so we really love to engage in dialogue about it because we're passionate about planting those seeds and for people to discover for themselves what that might be, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And I love the term planting seeds and helping people to discover their inner self. I mean, I am a writer. And so when I write, I tap into my inner self, and I draw from experiences, and I hope that when people read my work, they would be able to catch a glimpse of that world that I am perceiving. I have written a story about a young girl who was an immigrant, who was a maid servant, and her perseverance. I just want people to see life through those eyes, and also to know that it is possible to be a better person. It is possible. You should dream and you should have aspirations. And so I see where you're coming from. Can you explain? I know that your work is it's a combination, right? It's a fine art photography capsule collection.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain what that is to the viewers?
Absolutely. Penny?
Yeah, sure. So Liz, just an example. She'd say, Penny, can you come over and I want to try this new lens or this new effect or something. I'm like, sure, I'll come over. What do I wear? And she's like, just wear whatever you pick out in your closet that day. So I might have like a black bodysuit on or something. And I come in and she's got her backdrop and I'm like, well, how should I pose? She's like, I'm not going to pose you. You just do whatever you want to do. So I put on some little music and I start kind of dancing around and being silly and just not caring what anyone thinks of me. And that is very different for me. And I feel so safe with Liz that I could just do that. And so she would just do all these captures and in photos. And then I'd go home and she'd be like, oh my gosh, this is just what happened in the camera. And look what just happened and what birthed from you. And your spirit is soaring. And she'd send to me like, I've never seen myself like that. That really is my true self. And so that's sort of what happened. And so I couldn't wait to get back together and she couldn't wait to try something different. And just for example, like we would come to my studio. Yeah. And so these are some of the photos.
I don't know if you can see, but they're kind of like energy portraits. They're moving. I don't know.
Yeah. So one I might have my
They're
arm.
very whispery, right? And
so I took these photos that Liz sent to me and I printed them on silk. And after I printed them on silk, I dipped them in wax, pure molten beeswax. And then I pulled them back out. They were like translucent. And so then when she came over to my studio, then I had some alcohol inks that were on the wall. And these are just something like that I create as an abstract painting. It could be this way, that way. But we pinned the things up to the wall. And then all of a sudden, they started to work together. And we're like, oh my goodness, this could be an amazing new painting. And the photo of me is like bursting out of this pink magenta fire. And we're like, okay, I think it's going to work. And then we decided, let's create another painting of that. So this is a painting that's actually going to be in a show in Atlanta here soon. And we've created pieces like this that are about this size, but then we've also created works that are 6 feet wide. And there's one behind us. In this process, Liz took some photographs of me in my swimming pool, and I'm just floating and I'm happy and I'm like looking at the hawks flying by. And then Liz went back to her studio and she discovered accidentally some process that changed it to this bright pink. So the same photograph that was me in the pool in the blue water turned into this vibrant energy photo. And so I printed those out. And as I was in my studio, I am kind of working from my consciousness. And I'm like, what should happen? What should I do with this? And I decided this needs to be ripped up. And so I just started tearing apart the pieces. And it just feels so liberating, just tear myself in half. And then I just kind of dropped the pieces and they landed. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing this opening and this harmony. And then I took a picture of it and sent it to Liz, and she started screaming and going, oh my gosh. And so we called each other and she's like, that's it. And so this is a piece that's in the show in Spartanburg. It's also going to be a rendition of it, and all originals, in another show coming up soon. But we decided to call it Birth of Harmony, which has so many meanings in the way that the piece was birthed, but also the birth of the harmony of our duo collectively.
Wow, ladies, this sounds unique. I mean, as you were talking, I don't know if you've seen Little Fires Everywhere,
Yeah.
or if you've read the book.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
read it and seen some of it.
It sounds like I need to.
Yes.
yeah, but I watched it on Netflix. I think it was on Netflix, or was it on Hulu? I don't remember these things anymore. It was
It was a great book.
yeah, it was the earlier part of the pandemic, but I watched Little Fires Everywhere, and there's some art in there, and the artist, the photographer or artist, she was twirling and trying to create stuff, and so I'm looking and I'm listening and I'm thinking, oh wow, because I've never experienced what you're talking about. I'm not familiar with it, but I'm kind of picturing it and the freedom that comes with it. Yes. So
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say that the Capsule collection is on from September 1st to October 23rd in Spartanburg.
Yes.
Now, are people able to buy from that during that period?
Yes.
Yes, please.
And also, we have little prints available on our website. That what we're also passionate about is that a percentage goes back to the Fine Arts Center, and then a percentage goes to, I think, Children's Scholarship Fund, because we really want this to be a sort of an interactive experience with the students as well. And we're creating a program called Art Hugs that is really all about, like you said, about dreams, sort of reconnecting everyone with the importance of declaring their dreams and knowing that inner wisdom when it talks to you, and the idea of resilience as a superpower, and truly being comfortable with being out of your comfort zone and not knowing, and uncertainty, because in nature there's always a flow, right? It's not a 5-year plan or a spreadsheet, and as long as we can flow and be curious and all the things that come naturally to us when we're young, right? And not be afraid to ask why and explore and discover and just bloom from those aha moments, and from those moments of like knowing your truth and knowing that no matter what swirl might be around you, you can navigate because you know your true north. That's the program, and that's what we are excited to build with students from the show and onward.
Yeah.
In fact, Penny had this great idea. There's a canvas. If you go see the show, there's a canvas there called I'm Not Sorry. And it was a print from our work, but largely the canvas was blank. And it was her idea to create a piece that was an interactive art piece with the students. And so
it's been pretty amazing. It's 90 inches long and almost 6 feet wide. And it's an image that Liz took of me, but it's very blown out. And it's really me looking right into the camera with a lot of white space around it. And we immediately decided that that piece should be called I'm Not Sorry. That's sort of a theme in my life and my past art as well. But the children now were invited to come and draw and paint and sketch and splatter paint all over this canvas. And this is a gift to them.
And declare their dreams.
Declare their dreams.
We want them to be connected to dreams. Like,
yes.
How often do you have a conversation, Marjy, with someone about their dreams?
Oh, I do have that conversation quite a lot, even with myself.
Good. Yes. But it's not so common maybe for everyone. And so it's important. And sorry to interrupt.
No, you didn't interrupt at all. That's what it is about. It's about declaring their dreams. And Sam in Spartanburg has been sending us photographs of the kids drawing on top of this canvas and writing what's in their hearts. And being so brave as to get up and share a little bit of their souls on this canvas. And it's filling up almost every space on this huge piece that they're going to be able to keep and treasure at that school. We feel so honored to be able to have the children interact like this.
That is touching. So your piece is engaging, interactive, it builds resilience. And we all know that during these times, we need as much resilience as we can get. And so thank you for doing this and for involving the kids. Now, I think I read somewhere that you were involving the greater community. So what do you mean by that?
Oh, we wanted to open Art Hugs up to, so the first 3 sessions are with the students. And so they've got interactive activities and we have, it's a conversation. It's like humanity chats. We really want to talk to them about certain topics like inner knowing and resiliency, and then transforming both how they see themselves through the practice of taking self-empowering selfies, but in so doing, you transform how you might experience the world when you shift how you relate to yourself. But we wanted to open this up for the final part in the series to their parents, to the teachers, to the broader community, and really invite everyone to play. That's how all of this started. And it's so liberating when you don't have the shoulds and the expectations. And it's a gift that we as adults can give ourselves every day. And it's fertility, it's vitality, it's creative juice, it's happiness, it's joy. It's something we can share with our kids. It's something we can share with our grandparents, right? And so we wanted to invite everyone to play. So that's the final session.
Wow. I would love to play post-COVID. That's going to be fun. So will the play part be this year or would that be in 2021?
We've designed it so that it can be virtual for now and then in person later. So yeah, we can do all of these virtually. So everybody's comfortable and can do it from their own home, right? And but they can take the practices into their own lives in whatever way speaks to them. And we just really enjoy the ability to connect in this way and to, art matters, whatever your art form is, whatever your expression is. It's words on paper or movement or theater or it's
cooking.
Yeah.
Anything.
What is your art form and how will you practice it today? We think it's so important. as you can tell.
Well, about the virtual experience, so are you going to lead it, or would they have prompts to be able to do it? How is that going to evolve?
Yes, so it is in person. We are designing, so in person virtually. So we would lead it. So like over Zoom or GoToMeeting or one of those platforms. And then we are designing a downloadable version of that, but we don't have that ready yet. 2021, we promise.
All in progress, so
Yeah.
that the children can just have the freedom to play, and whether that's splattering paint on a canvas or drawing a picture of themselves on top of a selfie and writing affirmations, or crumpling up a picture of themselves and uncrumpling it and then pasting it down and layering it with more images. And there's just so many ideas that we have to help these children have the expression and freedom and play.
So you are promoting self-expression when it comes to the kids and even the adults.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think there's so many things that we absorb as shoulds, right? And somebody else's idea of success may not be ours. And maybe the traditional path of, doctor, lawyer, whatever, doesn't fit everyone. That's stereotypical, but it's just so important, we feel, to honor who you truly are, right? And to celebrate this gift of you. And every day can be magical when you are connected to that part of you that is your vitality, right?
Yeah. It's more like you're doing it to discover a part of yourself that even may be hidden to you. So yes, it provides a sense of direction. Well, viewers, I hope you're enjoying this chat. I'm learning a lot from Liz and Penny. And please feel free to drop your comments so that they would know that you're watching. I'm going to the chat room to see if we've heard from anybody. And yes, we have Cooksey. I believe that's probably Celia Cooksey from the day school. Yes, and so yes, Cooksey is here. And we have Sam Mitchell, of course. Hey, Sam. Yeah, Sam is watching from YouTube. That's really neat. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for connecting us, Sam.
Sam.
Yes, Sam is really excited about this program, and I know she wants to get the kids involved in the process. You were saying that your pieces are for sale, right?
Yes.
Could you let us know what the price range is so people could be prepared?
That is a good question.
I can't remember what the lowest price of a piece might be.
Gosh, Marjy, you have us unprepared.
Just the range. It doesn't have to be specific. Just the range,
Sure. So I think the lower end is a couple of $100s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On the lower end of $100, of the hundreds of dollars, and then I believe maybe the most expensive one is more in the
$6,000 is the giant piece. But we also have little prints that are spectacular that are for, I believe, $80.
Mm-hmm.
And those all go to benefit the kids as well. So yeah.
Those are for sale on Lissa's website. We can send you that information.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, 10% of the proceeds from their artwork is going to go to the Elaine Freeman Fine Arts Scholarship Fund. And so just so you know that if you purchase their work, a portion of the proceeds goes to the scholarship fund. And I just wanted to put this out there before we forgot. You can contact Sam Mitchell at Spartanburg Day School. She is the viewing contact if you want to see the work. I believe Sam can arrange something for you. Her information is down on the ticker. Her email, sam.mitchell@sdsgriffin.org. And so you can contact her. And also there is a media contact to go with this, Lee Healy. And her email is communications@sdsgriffin.org. So you can contact Lee Healy as well. And of course, our beautiful ladies are on social media. And so you can follow them. Their social media handles are there. I'm not wearing my glasses. I don't see too good, but I think it's
We're not wearing our glasses either, Marjy.
at Liz Stubbs and at Penny Treese Art, right?
That's right. Thank you.
Yes, that's the social media handle. Yeah, when you're trying to style and profile, sometimes you forget your glasses.
I'm sure they would be fabulous, just like you're dressed.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I mean, ladies, I am inspired. I've never heard anyone talk about art like this. And the fact that you ladies collaborated to get your work. Do you have any future collaborations?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Probably forever.
Yeah.
This capsule collection, like I said, we'll be bringing that back, but we also will be bringing back the full collection, which is over 40 pieces to Spartanburg. But when that collection comes back here, this is the smaller one, whatever pieces don't sell by October in Spartanburg, those will be coming back to Atlanta. And we have visions for many different types of exhibitions, from galleries that we're involved with, to even outdoor venues. And there's some exciting things also.
Yeah, and we haven't worked out the logistics, but we want to stay connected with kids,
Yes.
right? And also with older people who are not able to get out. We think art is so important for all populations, but we want to take it to assisted living. And so we're figuring out how to do that in a safe way. But yes, it's a roaming show idea.
Show.
Yeah.
Wow, you ladies are on fire. I mean, yes, because you want to do good with your art, and that's really impressive. Are you planning on going to other states? I mean, I know you're in South Carolina now. You plan on having a show in Georgia. Do you plan on going to other states or other schools?
Well, we actually have a piece in New York. We have a couple of pieces in New York right now. And so we're super excited about that. We weren't able to go, but our work is there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, we are constantly looking for the right fit, the one that speaks to us and feels like it's the right energy. And so definitely Atlanta. And we don't have a definite yet beyond Atlanta, but we're coming back to Spartanburg in fall of 2021.
Oh, yeah. And, we're hoping that by the fall of 2021, you guys can have a bigger outreach with your show. And, being an SDS alumni, I'm pretty sure you would have a lot of alumni stop by to look at your beautiful work. But I know that I would stop by and see the capsule collection, because I am intrigued. Just thinking about, okay, so someone took a photo and someone did something to it, and then it became this beautiful piece. I would love to see it in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so are you creating anything new now?
Yes.
Yes, we are constantly creating new pieces. And Liz just actually called me the other day and said she has some incredible new materials that she would love for me to come and wrap myself in and shoot, and then see what happens when I get them into my studio and we both get a hold of them and see what magic will happen.
We're playing a lot more, Marjy, with layers in terms of not only physical layers, but story layers. Like a lot of what Penny adds to whatever I share with her as a photograph, it could be resin, it could be encaustic, it could be alcohol inks, it could be gold dust, it could be all these physical layers, but we're also layering images, like as she described, tearing paper and layering that way, but also layering, this is what I haven't shared with Penny, Marjy, layering a lot of images from photos, and I've been playing with new ways to do that, so stay tuned.
I can't wait to see.
You found out before she did.
I know, right? That's what happens when you ask too many questions.
No, not
I
to just
love it.
ask questions.
I'm
Curiosity,
so excited.
Marjy, isn't that the fuel for innovation? Right.
Yeah.
But no, we love, like we both say to each other all the time, this is, we wake up and we get out of bed with a smile on our faces because we get to create, we get to play, and we get to not know where it's going to go. And maybe that would have stopped us back in the day where we were concerned about something being right or, I don't know, good enough or fitting in a certain definition. And now we don't care.
The more raw, the more accidents that happen, the more mistakes you might call them, the better.
Yeah. And it's spreading over into our lives. Like, there's a boldness in our voice, I think, Marjy, that if you had talked to us a few years ago, you may not have felt, I hope you feel it, but you certainly wouldn't have felt it as much a few years ago. And it's just a lot of love.
Gratitude.
Yeah.
Love.
Love for creating, love for sharing, and a hug in person. Marjy, promise us that, please,
Yes.
in 2021.
I know, right? I'm a hugger. I'm struggling right now. Now, this is my next question. So, what prompted you to be bold and to express yourself in art? What prompted that?
Back in the day, anyone who knew me may have seen me as more of meeker or a people pleaser, and maybe quieting my voice, not maybe speaking my truth. And suddenly, through the birth of this artwork, and as I'm growing and as a person, and through our collaboration, I've just become like, all right, let's just put it out there. Let me just be the most genuine, authentic, honest person that I can. And not only am I doing that in my personal life, which I think some people might be like, who's that over there? Is that the old Penny? But it's just emboldening myself into creating whatever art is being birthed from my soul. And it's okay if it's not beautiful. Art doesn't have to be beautiful. It may be just part of a process where I'm just, like I said, birthing what's coming from my soul that day. And it's okay if I burn it at the end of the day. It's not about what it looks like to anyone else. It's what was created from my soul and what needed to come out. And sometimes people love that and they are like, connect with it and they must have it. And there's not a better feeling in the world to have someone look at your piece of art and be like, I understand, it's connecting with me. I couldn't stop thinking about it. The next day they call you and they're like, I have to have that. I must live with that piece of art that's birthed from your soul.
And I have to say, just as an observer of how Penny has transformed, not just because of this, but Penny has always been this very gracious. She can always find the most lovely way to say something, even if it's, difficult to say, but she's gotten direct. Still gracious, but very direct. And I'm like taking notes.
Oh,
but I think art for me, like when I can always find the words, but I stop myself from saying the words because sometimes they can feel too true, too not soft enough. But a visual or something that you create without words can sometimes say it louder. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense to me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're pouring your heart out into your work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, my question, you said a lot of things about women and women's liberation and speaking up. Does this mean that your art is not for men?
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. And no, we really don't. No, we were just speaking from our own process in being on this journey and sort of growing this body of work, and our own experience that brought us to sort of letting go of the stories that we had to be quiet and that we couldn't be as bold as maybe we wanted to be. But we think that story is just as true for men.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of men who respond to our work in whatever they see in it.
I agree. I teach at my home studio here in Atlanta, and I have my artwork all over the walls in my studio. And I also create an encaustic, which is wax mixed with pigment infused with a blowtorch or heat. So there are a lot of abstract pieces all over my studio in different color schemes, and some soft and some bold. But I also have my work that I've done with Liz and female shape and empowerment pieces. But the men almost always will go right to the female pieces and just be like, what is that? And you cut that into pieces, or what? It's torn. They're just like so moved. They just go right towards these pieces that speak to them as well. And I think that would be actually a great question.
That is a great question.
I would love
Marjy.
to ask some of the male art collectors and advocates and ask them what they see in it that moves them. It's a great question.
We hope it's whatever energy they might identify with, but that is really, that now we're curious.
I got a male student coming over tomorrow. I'm asking him right when he walks in.
Yeah, sometimes you never know who you're reaching. Your work might appeal to people that you might not even think may be interested. And, even going back to my book process, my first book was titled The Shimmigrant, and it was about this girl who traveled from Ghana to the United States. But when the story came out, I realized that I had readers from all over the world. It didn't matter where they came from. I had immigrant readers, and then I had readers of color who were identifying with the culture, and then I had Caucasian readers who wanted to learn. So everybody was attracted to the story from a different angle. And so I can see, how your work will be appealing to different people based on what they're seeing or what is calling out to them. Yeah. So have any of your customers given specifics as to what they really love about your work?
A lot love that they've never seen anything like it before, and they're like the layers they get lost in the layers, and I think there's mystery in that, and you can kind of feel like you're in another world, and you can build story around that depending on what you're going through in your own life. Color is also a big draw. Like, they're saturated with color, and
yeah, I think people want to feel more alive through color right now. For a while, there was a lot of neutrals in the art world, and those felt very safe. You could put that above your fireplace in any home decor, but this is a huge splash of bright, vibrant color, and people are really reacting in a beautiful, positive way to that. That just is energizing to them. And also, some people, like a lot of my friends that have been seeing our work on my Instagram, they're like, what? I want Liz to take photos of me like that. Like, you don't necessarily see features in my face. You don't see my parts, my arms, how big or small I am. Like she's distorting them in this beautiful abstract way. And these people are like, I want that. I mean, they've hired her already. So it'll be really fascinating to see.
I think that we see ourselves in a different way when we can look past what we see in the mirror all the time. And so it's not about superficial.
Right.
It's about what is radiating from inside.
Your inner self, your inner soul.
Yes.
Well, I love the fact that you talked about color. Sam would tell you anything with a lot of color, Marjy's there.
We think you'll love the color.
Yes. I'm that person who wants to wear this bright pink with green and yellow, and it's like, who is that?
Just with you.
I love it. I rarely wear black very much. I love color too, but
she's very colorful. I just happen to be like, we felt like this went together better.
Well, you are complementing each other, and that painting, that work right there in the background also pulls from your colors. So yeah, nicely coordinated.
Thank you.
Well, viewers, we thank you so much for watching us. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to drop it in there so that Liz and Penny can answer those questions. They are here for you. They want to tell you about their work. I have enjoyed listening to them. Before we started this conversation, I knew about the Unknowing collection, but I did not know the detail that went into it or what brought them together. So I am glad that we have had this opportunity to do this. Now we have some viewers commenting here. We have Rosemond saying hello. Well, hi, Rosemond.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Yes. We hope. I see Rosemond has colors on.
Oh, fabulous.
We love the color.
We celebrate that.
Yes. We're happy that you joined us, Rosemond, and we hope you have learned from this and that you will share it with your network as well. And then we have Morcor saying interesting discussion.
Well,
Thank you.
She's watching from Facebook. Thank you, Marco, for watching. We're glad that you're liking this discussion and that you're learning from this process. Share it with your network who may be interested in art. They can call Sam Mitchell. I have her contact here. She is the viewing contact, Sam Mitchell at Spartanburg Day School, and they can arrange to go see the art. If they're interested in getting in touch with a media contact, they can contact Lee Healy. She's also with the Spartanburg Day School, and her email is communications@sdsgriffin.org. That is down on the ticker. And of course, our two beautiful artists. Yes. Their social media is up at Liz Stubbs and at Penny Treese Art. Look them up. Follow their work. Learn about their process. Their goal is to empower and to build resiliency. And we know that during these times, we need that. And, these ladies are hoping to go into the community, help children go into assisted living communities and take their form of art there. It's a unique, creative way of looking at art. I think it's innovative. Well, I don't know about any other duo doing this. There may be some people out there, but for me, this is a new one, and so I think it's innovative. The colors that they're popping, and the skills. Thank you so much, ladies. Now, this is really important. I know that you have a message for the audience, and so I am going to remove myself from the screen so that the both of you can give a message to the viewers. And, even after the show has ended, we will have the YouTube link up and people can go back and look at your work, listen to what you had to say. So I'm going to remove myself so that you can give your viewers a solid message.
Thank you, Marjy.
Thank you, Marjy.
We so appreciate being with you. It's been delightful. We would love to talk more. You're lovely.
Thank you.
Do you have final thoughts you'd like to share?
Just love for you to wake up every day and see your life as a piece of art. And whether that's starting your day with a little meditation or prayer, or just being grateful for the sun and what you have in your being, and maybe create your art as the breakfast you make that day, or the clothes that you put on, or the friendships that you flourish in, and it just everything that you do. Because you could see as a piece of art, and to be brave in anything that you do, because everything that you do is okay, and you are enough as you are.
And I'd say that's beautiful. And I would say that everyone is a creative and everyone is an artist. And remember that each day is a gift, and to celebrate and to play and to be curious. Perhaps you ask yourself every day, what is my art form today? Very much like what Penny was saying. And how will I fill the frame of today with my art? And we think art matters. We think art heals. And we wish you the most beautiful relationship with your inner artist.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, ladies, what a beautiful message.
Oh, Marjy, we could talk with you forever. You're fantastic. Conversations.
Well, we would do this again. We could find a time and do this again. As we were talking, a comment came up from Rachel Deems, who is the head of school at Spartanburg Day.
Aww.
And she says, yes, she has enjoyed viewing the collection in the Dent Gallery. And so she is proud to be a Griffin.
Go Griffins!
I know, right? This Go Griffin thing, you should see me at Griffin games, man. Yeah. You don't want to, yeah. You don't want to play against my team. I get really rowdy.
And know they appreciate that on the team. Yeah.
Well, the team appreciates it, but I don't think my kid does.
Oh well.
That's the embarrassing mom factor. Like, comes, oh no. Well, viewers, you have heard from Liz and Penny, and you have learned about their work. The full series exhibition is going to be coming to Spartanburg Day School in the fall of 2021. But for now, the capsule edition is available. And as I said earlier, you can contact Sam Mitchell. Yes, Sam Mitchell just said something in the chat room. Yes. Fabulous positive energy. Yes. Again. Yes, Pamela Mitchell is the lady that you can contact for additional information if you'd like to view the art. If you watch this, please share it with your network, share it with maybe 3 people and ask them to share with someone else, because we would love the world to know about what Liz and Penny are doing. And they said something that really grabbed my attention, and it's the fact that you are enough. No matter where you are in life, no matter who you are, just know that you are enough. You are special. You mean something, regardless of your race or ethnicity. You are enough, and always know that. And so with this, I guess our conversation is coming to an end. I hate that. because we have had so much fun talking to these two wonderful ladies. I'm so glad that I got to meet you, and I feel like through this pandemic, I have found my way to Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, you
Yes,
have.
You're welcome here.
We are so lucky to meet you. Thank you so much for your graciousness. And thank you, Sam, for introducing us. And we just look forward to hugging in person soon, hopefully.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank you.
Well, this has been wonderful. I look forward to seeing your work. And of course, I'm looking forward to fall 2021 where we get to see everything. And I hope that people get to learn about your work. And thank you for donating a portion of your proceeds to Elaine Freeman's scholarship fund. And thank you also for your heart to help the community, to teach kids and to work with adults in assisted living facilities. I don't know your religious belief. I tend to pray a lot and say God a lot. So I just want to tell you that may God bless you, and may He bless your efforts. And I wish you the best.
And we wish you all the best too, Marjy, and we hope to stay in touch.
Yes, and viewers. Sorry. Oh, please go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying you were a light, Marjy, so we appreciate you.
Thank you. Viewers, thank you so much for watching. If you're on Facebook, share this link with your network on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to share Liz and Penny's work. And you did see their social media. Let me go back and see if I can bring it back up. Please follow them and follow their work and their journey. They're investing a lot of their talent into this work, and keep them updated. If there's something that you'd like to see them do, don't hesitate to reach out to them so they can incorporate it in their work, because I know I will be reaching out to them. I love a lot of color, and so I will be reaching out. Yes, viewers, this is Marjy from Marjy TV. I have enjoyed speaking with you tonight. Don't forget to follow Marjy TV on social media. It's really simple. Marjy TV. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Everywhere that you can find us. And it's really an honor talking to you, Liz and Penny.
It's lovely talking with you, Marjy. Thank you so much for all you do to engage us all in conversation and make the world more connected.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.